Everyone, welcome to the live stream. Today with arcade total airdrop 96 lakh arcade participation 12,109 per GT 1.54 arcade individual participation cap 5,000 GT increase GT within the individual participation cap. The more GT you have, the more airdrop you receive. Project introduction. Arcade network is a decentralized blockchain redefying media entertainment and gaming cricket in gaining for digital entertainment on-chain is allies with revolving games, a multi-studio games publisher whose title are already live on the App Store and Google Play with their partners to follow with 7 lakh plus installs across two launches titles, 40,000 plus play custom across the gaming ecosystem and 50 million plus total capital raised from total funding and community spent across the structure and in-game revenue. Arcade is set for power its next parts of growth through gaming publish. Amar Amar co-founder CEO Sat CEO Sayan, president of studios, predicted and collaborated with and the renewed gaming studios including EA Talks 2, 2K, Scopely and other. They have also worked on iconic games including Fruit Ninja, Sims 3, Stick Cricket, Mafia and others. Highlight version. The arcade network is decentralized blockchains redefining media entertainment and gaming cricket. Gaining digital entertainment on-chain in allies with evolving games RG in multi-studio games publisher whose titles are already live on the App Store and gameplay with more media partners to follow with 7 lakh plus installed across four launched title 40,000 plus playing customer across the gaming ecosystem and 50 million plus to 50 million plus arcade equals accept to payment. Arcade will act to the payment mechanism with arcade ecosystem accepted to payment to game in-game items in-game as stated marketing. Technical overview built on high performance blockchain infrastructure powered by Arbitrum, Caldera, and InstaFlow, and arcade network ensures fast, low cost, and decentralized gameplay with a middleman on centralized controls for recovering new games and activating rewards to powering decentralized infrastructure via arcade nodes. Arcade fuels every layer of the new player powered future. Highlighted version. Highlighted version. Arcade Node Net rewards 37% release, 2.6% at TGE, 0 month clip, 36 month vesting, advisor 4%, 0 month clip, 12 month vesting, investor free seed 5%, 12 month clip, 12 month vesting, investor bridges 0.5% release, 50% at TGE, 12 month clip, 0 month vesting, investor seed 6.9%, release 10% at TG 6 month clip, 12 month vesting, investor strategy 0.4%, release 5% of TG 6 month clip, 50 MB 12 month vesting, team 12 month clip, 12 24 month vesting, airdrop and fair incentives 98%, is 53.56% of TG 0. If 6 month vesting launch contributors 4.6%, release 100% at TG, treasury 3.5%, 0 monthly, 48-month vesting, ecosystem growth 2.95%, release 25% of if 48-month vesting liquidity 3%, release 100% of TGE. Highlighting version. The arcade for the currency, significant faculty, technical, legal, regulatory, and other factors is theoretically understand the project details and conduct sufficient market research before participating. You cannot guarantee that the currency will be listed on the exchange. The final listing status will depend on various factors, and the official listing will prevail by participating in the project. Your account, our airdrop teams and conditions. It will initially list arcade network, arcade spot trading, and launch holder airdrop. It will initially list arcade network and offer a limited time holder airdrop. User holding at least one can share 26 lakh arcade tokens for free. The holder airdrop 24 GB after the arcade network. Arcade airdrop consequently no funds from participation. Airdrop details. Holder airdrop instant July 9, 2025 11 total supply 96 lakh arcade unlocking 100% unlock. Trading start July 9 at 13 UTC. Trading fair arcade USDT. Participation rules: complete ID verification and hold at least one GT. The total reward full based on your GT holding snapshot profile. The maximum participation limit for each user in 5,000 GT. How to claim the airdrop? Log into complete application. Go to launch full. Select holder airdrop. Hold S3 to 1 GT. Click join now. About arcade network. The arcade network is a decentralized blockchain redefining media, entertainment, and game. Game arcade is big entertainment ocean of alliance with clear revolving games, a multi-studio publisher whose title are already live on the App Store and Google Play, with more media partners to follow. With 7 lakh plus installed across 4 launches titles. For launches title and from introducing funding and community spend across structure and income revenue. Arcade is set of our next parts of growth, game purchasing token name, arcade network, token arcade, next supply 40 million type ARP video and unlocking RCD reward 37% anti monthly 36 testing advisor 4% 12-month testing or free 5% 12 monthly 12-month investor fees 0.5% at TG 12 month investor seed 0.9% release 10% 12-month based investor staging 0.5 release 5% of TG month TG 6 month clip 12 testing 12 month testing and offer currency 19.38% by 50.56 of the monthly testing. Airdrop and player incentives 93.8 release 53.56 a percent at TG 0 month clip 6-month besting launch contributors 4.67 release 100% at TG treasury 3.85% 0 month clip 48-month besting ecosystem growth 2.95% release 25% of 0 month clip 48-month besting liquidity percent release 100% of the GateLive investor disclosure. GateLive did not invest of arcade network, arcade node, the exchange token of Gate exchange and the native token to the Gate chain public chain. Hold a GT now. Please complete ID verification before participating in enhancing cheating behavior prohibited an occurrence of any dishonesty rather qualification of the rule where any discovery arises in an original version. The English version shall reserve all right to the final explanation that in the United Kingdom and other restricted cannot access the services including participating in the event game or competition. Use the user agreement for further details to warning. The holder airdrop project blockchain startup and earning space to project is certain underlying technology and legal environment. The project team does not guarantee that the token price will not be lower than sale price is to the co-innovation and don't invest capacity. The holder airdrop project still the entire stage the factor including the operational and underlying technology of the project and the project is still is the entire stage factor including the operation and underlying technology of the project and other related activities might contribute into advanced technical and financial knowledge is required to understand and evaluate the inherent risk to asset investment. The market volatility is high and the price of token might faculty directly due to technical, regulatory, and market factors given by 825. The Arcade official website, Arcade startup trailer, Arcade official trailer, and about arcade, arcade food digital ownership control in the hands of gamers for details, gamers have prioritized on time, skill, and more recently money into games with little to show aside from EXP achievements and in-game assets thanks to blockchain technology. Arcade aims to give worldwide PI and interoperable tokens allowing users to acquire value in-game and trade value to other game in the revolving publisher ecosystem and arcade faculties economy driven by the community contributors and gamers. The Arcade Foundation was established because of the long-term version of decentralizing games and empowering games. The Arcade Foundation directs the version of life through economy-driven governance, technology, service, content partnership driven in planning. Moreover, the proposed arcade token is participant governments empowered the blockchain who is bringing games into the center of the ecosystem. We are confident that all the items support to the realize our shared version of the democratized and for gaming. Evolving games and the ecosystem token arcade network arcade token. The arcade token acts as the designed gas token faculty transaction on the arcade chain. Arcade utilities extend several key areas, particularly emphasizing governance, pre-management, incentivization mechanics. Arcade will also act as the payment mechanism. The arcade ecosystem accepted as payment for games, in-game item, in-game store, integrated marketplace. Alongside in the game, seeing the arcade will allow user to more value accord from time and skill invested one game to another indicating infinity. With every new game defined on the arcade chain, token use cases increase and bring further value of the arcade ecosystem. Above, the arcade tokenomics are strategically designed to reward network contribution with a happy 2% of arcade to NFT holders and operators. The nodes arcade nodes community owned and operated arcade nodes are iterated to empower the arcade chain by monitoring chain iteratingly. The arcade nodes network is succeeded by play a pivotal role of the economic of the reward mechanism. The arcade ecosystem as well as critical chain and decentralized network operation the entire parts of the network launch the not verified functionality will be enabled, involving core blockchain participation, decentralized security, and transparency as the core record or the arcade chain grows. So do the rules of the arcade nodes from batching game transactions in decentralizing computer capability game and game saver host 50% of the arcade tokens pool will be allocated of the arcade nodes operator who contribute the data computer resource of support arcade network and gaming ecosystem. The ecosystem chain, arcade chain, it is most basic from the arcade chain is the scalable and economical structure that support the flow of value within the arcade ecosystem. Built on Arbitrum, the arcade chain is the lightning fast integrated. It powered the entire arcade ecosystem for mobile. He power up over to future title. The arcade chain is not just finding the gamer relationship. It private to ultimate to ultimate toolkit of support with two developments allowing time to bring of exciting IPs into the arcade ecosystem. Low pass real ownership of drive of the Death make the arcade chain and backbone of a 5% share. This is not just a picture of the evolution of blockchain games overview. Arcade ecosystem in alliance with evolving games. The force behind the five-star Apple and Google Play hit were to cover the arcade cable on library area from flagship titles to co-published games. Every launch of the arcade the decentralized future game arcade at the core probability interactive and gamer governments would. The arcade ecosystem is pioneering platform where players are rewarded for time and is created as we arcade network online per se player powered nodes or internet is decentralized network. It has interpretable gaming arcade like facilitating cross player validations come to for a one day one game discover another move value shamelessly grow throughout the ecosystem the arcade vision. The war of War of Nova is the forex strategist, the best space themed universe, the core concept revolves around the interest to uncharted regions, the space you are need manage forces and notorious improvements and believable empire deployed. Publish the revolving games. Skybron Fun S7 Fun is flight game arbitrary. And the games of the historic side quest from arcade is complete. Quest complete. Quest points get reward with arcade. Having a travel. What do I start? Can I start starting arcade is connected with their account? Are there any free of cost? No fee for everyone. Participate. What are quest points? There are the points from quest that is ultimately get to arcade. What are loyalty points? They are the point from owning their loyalty for owning RG bytes and having their disk. Can I link multiple accounts? No. A wallet can only be linked to one account. What is the mixed number of points I can form? There are no limit of points set on at this time. When can I redeem my points from Brigade? How much arcade I get? Point on the arcade side question marketplace and section. The flag is on arcade connect to wallet to start connect to wallet contract of you. Welcome to the Arcade Foundation. I did the ultimate use terms a government did a governance access the Arcade Foundation side includes the content, punctuality, features, product operating and service made available of the through trade network collectively the services experience of trans by accessing during of the otherwise using the website you acknowledge and confirm that have read understood and agree to the bound of this you do not agree with part of this term you must not use the website or the service afterward them if you are using the service on the on behalf of the entity or other organization you are agreeing of this terms to the entity or the organizing the representing of the arcade foundation there you have the authority of breed the entity of organization these have the term of you and each cases them trans you have to refer to interior opportunity organization changes of them. We reserve the right of the sole direction of change of modified potentials of this trans and time to do is the changes on these pages and will create the top of the page of the date. These teams have list bars so you need to current effective copy of this trans to paste in the team of the website you are connected used service after the date and such changes become effective constitute and of the assistance of the new nuance if you do not agree to avail to yes the future terms you not access browse to go or continue to access browser to the service. Privacy policy to ArcADE Foundation. We respect privacy of the future. For more information, the privacy policy by using the service consists of our collection and disclosure of our personal data and other data of outline them. They are in the privacy policy hereby incorporated by references in terms eligibility by using the website and participation service upgraded your representative warrant if you are individual. They are right to years old of have they will have a full power authority and validity exam that the application can enter into the trans their health information the confidentiality of the credential and are full responsible for any and all activities of the occur underlying and credentials they are have access and use service. They compete all application laws and regulations that you the access of the use of website or services they are to conduct, promote or otherwise faculty activity. These are understand that the apparent that the participation in any distribution is arcade token is rarely at the sole risk they will not at all time provide accurate information regarding quality country that are you are not an US person and will not distribute tokens sell asset and receive for your participation in the service including any arcade tokens to US person they will are not currently subject for any sections admin by OFS or OFSI and you will not directly or indirectly service for financial activities of the any person currently subject of any sections administered by DFS and OFSI. Question of US person. This website at the servicing the distribution of arcade tokens and invaded slowly of users who are not US person by using the website and participating service operating present and warrant that you are not US resident of a person holding a US green card and green card lawful parent resident do not have a primary residence the limited state including Puerto Rico and US Virgin Islands. Other terrorists of the United States are not accessing of the website from the United States are not the exciting of the person of transforming information tokens or services on our website. Person on the United States, if you are a US person, you are accessing a website from the United States, you are not minded to the website that participate in the airdrop to the arcade token any bypass of otherwise can then a resistance will result in eliminated of your access to the website and service. The compliance with the same sections by using the website and participating service offered include but not limited to the distribution of arcade to represent and warrant that are not the located in reported on otherwise the resident of any country of the territory that are subject of sections of embargoes imposed by the Office of Foreign Control (PMFC) of the U.S. Treasury Department of the Office Financial Section Treasury of the United Kingdom as of acting and behalf individual of interior the any section embargoes otherwise blocked on the under the DMPDF. The sections come in 12 property rights by using the website and participating in the service, you record knowledge and agree that the website and the services on of future service content. They are protected by copyright, patent, trademark, trade secret, or other professionally right and except as explicitly authorized by the Arcade Foundation is by copy frame escape free, patentless law, distributed or create debated work based on the service of the service control in part in use of the service content other than the specially authorized again is strictly prohibited. The Arcade Foundation name and long and certain other long and trademark a service make of Arcade Foundation is the subsidiaries applies other company product and service focus via the services trademark or service marks of the respective owners, not endorse of the affiliated with or connected or Arcode Foundation. Nothing in the term of the respect of the services offered constituted on gate by an info or any license or right any of the Arcade Foundation treatment displayed on the website without any written permission. It interprets all good oil generated from the use of the Arcade Foundation trademarks which are of this for for the benefit of the other employers. Third party material and user content where is represent warrant you are warrant you all right detail and inherent of the any content that you make available via the website or through the services including all copyright and right of publicity content thereby user content you as user rig associated with content and other transformation of the content and you have sole responsibility for the accuracy quality of the user content. Under the customers foundation able in any way for the content of the materials of any third parties including use control including for any errors or omissions in content or for any loss of damage of the kind incurred as a result of the use of the such content was acknowledged as the foundation does not risk in content but that the foundation and its designers will have the right but not be obligation in the rules detection rules regulations to prepare to refuse of remove content that's available via the service without liming the for any the foundation and designers will have the right of remove from the website without no content that validates those streams determined of the foundation. The sole detection the otherwise objection to agree that you must evaluate and be a satisfied with the use of any content interesting any reliance on the concurrency completeness are useful of such content. Prohibited activity the following activities are especially prohibited when using the website or participating in the way to services any use of validation of any valid or such as but not limited regulations for financial services, money laundering, economic actions, consumer customer protection, competition law protections against discriminations of the misunderstanding, advising, and its particular any validator against copyright, patent, trademark, the other property rights, controlling you right entity such as by use of proxy server of the using box of as an basis of the purchase of crying but illegal fulfillment or other product activities involving including attempting to enable the separated of the various instructions while worms of the program process listing of automatic device of the mechanical or manual method of monitoring of repeat service of the website without our prior written permission the risks by assigning the website and participating in the service to represent and warrant of the understand the inherent risk side with using cryptographic and blockchain system and that have been the working knowledge of the use of interest of digital assets to further understand that the makers for digital asset are highly volatile due to revenue factors in adoption, suffocation, technology, security, regulatory, and acquire knowledge accept that the cost and attributing graphic and blockchain based system and variable and is domestically at any time further acquire knowledge and access to the risk the digital asset may lose some all of their value while they are suppliers that the protocol through the interface you must suffer loss due to the fluctuation of price of tokens in the trading fear of liquidity full and especially its experiencing price sensitive and the cost. You understand you are that anyone can create a token including fake version and exciting tokens and tokens that take lastly take claim to represent project and acquire knowledge and concept the risk you are may mistakenly trade these of other tokens you further acknowledge that we are not responsible for any of service. Accordingly, you understand the tech display assume full responsibility of all the risks accessing and using the services without limit for the forgaining. You also understand that there may be tax and regulatory risks related participations in the services. So responsibility to determine whether or to extend and taxes apply to any transaction you conduct in connections with use of the service. You and with that collect report and limit and the correct amounts of the taxes of the afforded the authorities digital asset blockchain technology and any related software and services are subject to legal and regulatory and certainly you also understand that legislative to regulatory change of actions may adversely affect the user transferability and accessibility of digital asset being protocol, the protocol, or other parts of service. You acknowledge that we are not responsible for any risk associated any side with yourself with of service and cannot be liable for any resulting losses that the experience with assigning of use the service. Okay. If you prove you have any feedback or suggestions regarding with website you will nearly assigned to the foundation of all rights of such feedback and agree that the foundation shall have the right to use for such feedback of related information in manner in as appropriate the foundation with any feedback you provide to US or non-confidential no as appropriately you agree that you are will not submit as in back and or other information or in or ideas that are considered to be confidential or for integrity to which you can do have all required permission and consist of so submit third party service. The website and the service bureau may provide access to other services such technology application and resources that are provided or otherwise made available by third parties. The third party service you access the use of third party service may also be subject to additional terms and condition privacy policy or other agreement with such third party. Third-party service, the website and the service thereon may provided access to the other services such technology applications and resources that are provided otherwise made by third parties. The third party services you access. The third party service may also be subject to additional terms and conditions, privacy policy of other agreement with such third party for foundation has no control over and is so responsible for such third-party services including for the accuracy, availability, reliability or completeness of information shared by the available through third-party services or on the service factories and term and third-party service we acquire you with the privacy policies of the third parties providing third-party service period of using such services were to foundation who will responsible for any and all cost and changes associated with your use of the third party services the integrations of integration of such third party service does not constitute to enjoy the investment or recommendation any delegates have the with third parties while using the services are between and the third party the foundation will not be responsible for travel directly or indirectly or any damage or losses caused located to lost all the connections with the freelance or any third party service. No personal advice and no fiduciary duty. All information provided on foundation is of conventional purposes only that should have the consulted as professional advice. You should not take or refrain from taking any action based on any information constated on the website or obtained through the services before you make any financial, legal, tax, or other discussions involving the website or services. You should seek independent professional advice from an individual who is licensed and qualified in the area of which such advice from the area. Those teams are not indebted to and do not read as important duties on us to the earliest extent permitted by law. You acknowledge and that we own. Eh? Con, 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 Equivalency duties or liabilities of any other party, and that no accident or any such duties of liability exist of law and equity. Those code, those duties and heavily determined, waived, and estimated. You further agree that only duty and obligation they own you are this state on in the terms. Limitation of liability. You acknowledge and agree that to the fullest extent for permitted by applicable law, it is the event so the foundation and our effort placed not any of the offer of our directors and employers of the foundation or our applicable for label of the claim damages or any other from the liability, whether in actions or in fund assigning from an in connection with your use of in the website or participate in the service. We accept and acknowledge that there are risks associated with the website and participating in the service, including but not limited to the risks of future and hardware, software and inherent connection. The risks where software, development software interactions, loss of rewards, and accept and acknowledge that the foundation will not be responsible for any losses, failures, issues, errors, distribution, and delays you are experience when participating in service. However, causes the foundation not be responsible for label of any non-losses tokens or responsible for not be well to the your partner to the participating service. Further declare all liability assigning from any lines for placed on the details provided on the website, being the content provided by the third parties, any and other website are provided of the conveyance. They do not significantly constitute by the foundation such other website. We have not control or the responsibility for the content provided on such website. Being website we do not make the responsibility or warranty or access participation in participations part or service and any time of the materials content therein undistributed team and error free any pursuit including any tokens as part of the service may have no and some jurisdictions do not allow certain overage disclaimers to the limitations of liability only the limit that are lawful of the applicable jurisdictions will apply to and our liability committed by law. Definition and were agreed to identify and harmless and foundation its applicates and is their replicate of his employees are provides license collected the right foundation parties from the and all losses damage expenses include for rights claim actions of kind of they are arising out of the relation of the use of the service, correction of the service and polluting of free trans or use of any right of another. The foundation will provide notice to any as such claims suit and proceed. The foundation resolve we agree that they assume all risks of connection and service further when realize from any of liability claims cause of actions or damage arising from the area to service and user service and interaction protocol governing law. This function constitute in accordance with the law of the common Iceland without reference of the conflict with the content of a law provides obligation right and the parties immediate shall determine their maintenance with such laws. weapons appropriations is the ground of private disposition and cases and replaces the right of the court in the absence of the agreement it otherwise have right and right opportunity claims of the court before a charge of jury and are or participate or of the team conditions of waiver of the right of the litigate claims and all opportunity had by the charge or injured jury they will include it or variation and court review of the application IR is limited the arbitrations must flow these terms can award the same damage and replace as a code including is you are the foundation agree that each of the use of bring claims against the other only the individual basis and not as a plaintiff of a case class member in other proposed class of respective actions of process unless both of the foundation agree otherwise arbiter may not continue on join then and person their parties by persons or party claims and may not otherwise preside over any form of the considered respective and class grading. Also, the attributor may award monetary and declaratory relief only in favor of the individual part seeking and only the next provide relief side of the party individual claim of expected or that you must purchase a claim then you have another veto may award for relief application the exit but of if of the previous application process arbitration will the conduct by the natural arbiter affiliate in association with the arbitration of the Chaiman institutional metarations and application center and reverse of the times to time for information of the CMAC arbitration please visit if there is a consistency between any times of the CMAC rule and any terms of the arbitration agreement the applicable terms are the arbitration agreement will control unless the arbiter determines that the application of the instance arbitration agreement terms would not result in the fundamental is the arbitration the arbitrator must also follow the provision of the use of the terms of use and countdown all issues are the arbitrator of deciding to the scope of applicability the of the judicial process and the arbiter you can the damage of relief of the individual basis that the court can award to an individual under these terms and applicable laws discussions by the arbiter and enforceable in court and may be operated by the court on the very limited reasons unless the foundation and you agree otherwise you arbitration areas which takes place in any common incident is the parties are unable or agree on location the determination level by CNEC if the claims of 10,000 of less foundation the foundation agrees the to make closer and connected solely at the basis document was submitted by the arbitrator through the telegraphic hearing by its person hearing as is established by the CMEC who were claim of the 10,000 the right of the hearing would be determined the rules reasonableness of the manner is arbitrary of connected the arbitrator will issue on written discussion of sufficient explain the represent finding and conciliation whichever is best cost of arbitrations payment of all planning administrator and advisors fees collected will be governed by the CMAC rules otherwise provided in the arbitration engagement. So changes arbitration engagement severability and severability if any time clause or provision of the terms is held of illegal, invest, violate, or unpredictable, then who the part while such terms, clause, or provisions shall be severable for the terms without applicating the validity of enforcing for any remaining part of the term closing of provisions or any other terms closing of provisions the terms which will for otherwise course of have full phase effect any best of unreflectable provisions which interpreted is affect the target of the original provision as possible the investor on foreseeable position will not start from the terms but the receipt of these terms will be at if content. If you have any question about this term to terms and otherwise need contact for any reason you can reach us at about who are revolving games in the public powerhouse who independent games and studies repetitive of say and seasons gaming betters and household history. Rockstar game founder Dan Hauser of Army Hellos the team Emergency founder of Sargey and GateLive holder how to join, how to participate GateLive holder airdrop as a long thing is get account is no less than one you can participate and receive airdrop without locking or staking account GT will be the calculation. Total GT holding is unfiled account, spot account is isolated margin account, profit trading account, sports account, financial account, and payments account. However, GT loan and GT were excluded. How to airdrop amount calculated? Once you join the project, the system will track of you holding tracking multiple freedom snapshot not every hour of calculate or average hourly holding final reward is based on your average hold the entire project period if your average are below 1 GT was final and receive to average hourly or drop by all participating average hourly or drop amount. What is per GT? Per GT the estimated value of the number of airdrops token is included received by participating in the holder airdrop and holding it until the end of the project with the Fargit Fargit will changes based on the total airdrop amount and the GT participation and is uploaded hourly. Why are my whole country differently across projects? The system uses random snapshot calculate your average hourly holding depending on when you join each project. The calculated average of holding may vary in theory if your holding amount remains constant, your average hourly holding would be the same across all participants. What is the individual participation cap? Different projects have different individual participation limit. You can check the details page of the event announcement for more information. Can I participation in multiple projects at the same time? You can participate in project. How will the airdrop reward will be paid? The airdrop reward will be paid and distributed without and 1 hour after the project in you can check each time you launch for airdrop participate within the individual participation the more airdrops you and arcade Twitter network. One token games player are centering a new era of players new era of player forward gaming is coming to the May 25-20. The global game chain tokens powering the future of the evolving game publisher ecosystem. Star is taking side quest points to data token arcade token max supply for 40 million arcade holders, 25 total transformation, 8 market files, 0.00 on-chain market cap, calculating supply market cap to contract, all of 8 transactions found, click to update to general info. Please understand that the current blockchain blockchain of information that prevent transaction knowledge community wallet experience node engage ability elections termini. That's it guys. Thank for